heading into the Big Ten game, Oregon versus Indiana. Indiana looks like they got no holes, bro.
I
Mendoza
know.
looks amazing.
Incredible. Yeah, no, he looks really good. Mendoza's probably the number one quarterback off the board or number one prospect off the board just in general. I think Dante Moore is great too, but people forget that Dante Moore is 20 years old, so he
Crazy.
so he's exciting, but I don't think he's necessarily ready for the draft yet, and I don't think he's ready for this game. That Indiana defense is an NFL elite level defense.
And we tried to tell Jacob last time on the podcast. Bro went MIA. Anytime I tell him to come on, he's like, I can't live that one down. I can't come back on. He probably would have took Ohio State over Miami too, but shit, everybody would have. Miami, Carson Beck really didn't trust him that much heading into that matchup, but he controlled the game, played well, didn't make any mistakes. But for Oregon, I'm gonna take Oregon in this game. Dante Moore, I think he balls out. I think he shows up. The last time these two teams matched up, it was 30-20. Indiana's defense did a great job on Dante Moore, and their defense did a good job on Mendoza until the clutch moments, and he made the big throws, made the big plays. So I think this is a game for Dante Moore to show up. He didn't have to last week against Texas Tech. Decent day passing, but Texas Tech's defense was dominant. I think this is a game where you get an elite Dante Moore performance.
I think so too. I mean, as elite as it can be against that defense, I don't know if you necessarily if it'll be stat popping or I think he'll do enough to keep the game close, but I think Indiana again is just too battle tested. They've been through it all throughout the regular season and now the playoffs. I think they're just too good. And if Texas Tech doesn't have a quarterback, so their
Yeah.
defense, yeah. So if it's a defensive game and it's a low scoring game, then I give it to Indiana. If it's a high scoring game, then I'm probably giving it to Oregon, but I don't foresee it being a high scoring game.
Yeah, and Indiana's defense done a great job all season long. Offense, they're getting healthy. They got all their playmakers back. All three of their receivers had a touchdown. Mendoza was lighting their ass up. So, and the
Hmm.
run game's pretty solid too. So, if it could be a game full of explosive offenses, Oregon's got the edge. Their offense, kind of got limited by Texas Tech's defense last week. But this is where their defense has to show up too. Oregon's defense. I know Morton, quarterback for Texas Tech, was kind of cheeks.
Yeah,
If they had a
yeah.
quarterback in that game probably goes a little different. Yeah, Oregon's defense showed me some things, showed me that Dan Lanning did a great job with that. Maybe they could limit the Hoosiers, maybe they could limit Mendoza and their success and give their offense a chance. This run game has to get going too. They got a three-headed monster. They need to get that going. And Sadiq, the playmakers Oregon has, Evan Stewart, they got all their weapons back as well. I need a great game from everybody. It's going to take everybody for Oregon to get the upset.
No, I mean we've seen it. We've seen it last year when Oregon got here. I think they've seen enough of Oregon football. They know where the holes are. Just like last year when Ohio State went up against them, they knew their corners were too short to guard Jeremiah Smith, and they exploited it. And Jeremiah Smith had a career day. So
Yeah.
I trust Signetti. When there's three things in a game, it's home field advantage, quarterback edge, and coach edge. And to me, I give that all to Indiana. I don't know where they're playing, but at least coach edge and quarterback edge.
Yeah. So you think Mendoza's going to have a better game than Dante Moore then in this one?
I don't think he needs to have a better game. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a battle of the defenses. If it comes down to big plays and clutch moments, I trust Mendoza all day. Being battle tested like that, it leaves scars. As you know, we're Bears fans, so we see the one score games all the time,
Yeah.
and that just makes the team hungrier. It builds the culture a little bit more. These guys are winning. They're a part of winning football. Their coach is a winner. So, yeah, Indiana I think takes it, but like I said, high scoring game, like the 30-20 game, to me, that's high scoring kind of.
Mhm.
That favors Oregon. But if it can be a 16-6 kind of game, Indiana's going to win that.
They showed against Bama they could, put up a lot of points and
Hmm.
blow their ass out. So it's going to be
Oh, man.
interesting to see. Going to be interesting to see how it plays out. If anything, bet the house on Signetti and that team because it seems like they're an easy bet. In your opinion, though, who you got winning it all? Out of these two matchups, you got Miami and Indiana coming together. Who would you have winning it all?
I mean, I say Indiana just because when I see them, I see a budget NFL team, kind of like what Jacob said. So I may not be back on the pod either, but but no, Indiana just looks like they have no holes in their team, like you said. Their defense is solid through and through. The offense, even if they're having a bad day, they can get bailed out by the defense. So I think Indiana wins. I think Miami makes it a game, a fun game, but I don't know. I can't see a team that's better than Indiana. Ohio State had a chance, I feel like, but they're the only teams I feel like had a chance in a championship against them.
Yeah, and dude, Indiana Miami would be a really good championship game, but Carson Beck might get his ass cooked and exposed. I'm not high on Carson Beck, bro. I don't think he's that good.
No.
He has like NFL talent all around him though, which is makes things easier. Kadarius Tony's brother is a fucking superstar.
Man.
I guess it's skip past Kadarius Tony. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.